the very first thing you'll want to do when you visit Lauterbrunnen is explore the valley, of course. While you could just walk the 3 miles from one end to the other, we think it's best to rent bikes for the day. Imboden is the best place to rent bikes in Lauterbrunnen, and they're a really great deal too. Every bike rental comes with a free helmet because safety first, and if you're staying overnight in Lauterbrunnen, you get a discount with the Lauterbrunnen guest card. We love walking and hiking in Switzerland, but since we have so many things to show you in Lauterbrunnen Valley, these bad boys will just help us explore a little bit faster.
These activities are listed in no particular order, but we made a custom map for you so you can find each of these spots with ease. There's a link to that map in the description below.
Speaking of ease, I love how easy it is to sightsee with bikes. But if you need some fuel before you start your day in Lauterbrunnen,
grab a bratwurst from Metzgerei Fuchs. They're right next to Imboden Bike in the middle of Lauterbrunnen village, and it'll be hard to miss them because they often grill brats outside during lunch and dinner time. So if you're wanting to try some local meats from the Jungfrau Region, then this is the place to go. And if you're vegetarian, don't worry because we have other foodie spots on this list you'll enjoy. But if I'm honest, biking with a bratwurst in my tummy doesn't exactly sound like fun. So if museums are more your thing,
then spend some time at the Tall Museum. In reality, we're not usually museum people, but we know that a lot of our followers enjoy learning about local history. Plus, we just moved to this area a couple months ago, so we've been curious to learn a little bit more about the history of tourism in this region. The Tall Museum depicts Lauterbrunnen from the 16th century Reformation to the introduction of tourism in the 1800s, and there's even an exhibit dedicated to mountaineering. As a bonus, you can enjoy free admission to the museum if you're an overnight guest staying in Lauterbrunnen or Wengen. This place is only open from June to September and it has limited hours, so be sure to check the website before you visit. And if museums aren't your thing,
then enjoy a Lauterbrunnen brew instead. It's hard to imagine a craft beer more local than Staubach beer. In fact, it's so local, you'll hardly find any information about it online. But you can try one at Camping Brighthorn, Hotel Restaurant Silberhorn, or maybe the most convenient way is to
head over to Airtime Cafe Bakery for a tasty treat. We have sat out here on the patio so many times watching the tourists go by while Brett enjoys a good coffee and I usually munch on a tasty snack. There are smoothies and breakfast foods for the morning, sandwiches and veggie pies for a meal, and fresh juices and brownies for any hour of the day. And they're particularly known for their very good brownies. But we've delayed long enough. You're probably wondering, when are they going to mention the famous Staubach waterfall? You can't miss it because it plummets down 300 meters of vertical rock face. Now, technically you can see it all year long, but of course it's flowing the best in spring and early summer. You'll also notice this really steep path that you can hike to walk behind the waterfall. It's only open from May to October, but in our opinion, we don't think it's worth it because actually you get the best view from right here. I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm gonna head over here to these info panels.
And I'm gonna skip those info panels and order a cappuccino to go from the cycling coffee shop instead. If you're new around here, I'm on a mission to find the best cafes so that you and I don't have to endure mediocre coffee while we travel. And this right here is a solid cappuccino, especially considering its super touristy location. And if you prefer almond milk or oat milk, they have those available too. But now that I've had my caffeine kick,
it's time for a photo shoot. Not really, but this epic photo spot is so spectacular, you're not gonna wanna miss it. Don't forget you can find this exact photo spot and everywhere else we feature in this video on our free map of Lauterbrunnen. And if you already know that you want to visit this stunning glacial valley, then be sure to check out our 1-week guide to the Jungfrau Region, which features a whole afternoon here. So make sure you've snapped all your pretty pictures here first before you go stuff your face with
a corn dog from Betty's Corn Dogs. I can't even remember the last time I ate a corn dog, but this seriously hits the spot. You just choose your filling. I got the local sausage. Your covering, I chose the classic panko, and then you can have as many sauces as you want. For real, if eating a corn dog is not what you expected to see on our list of things to do in Lauterbrunnen, then hit that like button because, well, we didn't expect it either. But that's one of the coolest things about traveling. Finding unexpected gems like yummy corn dogs in the midst of a tourist destination. But for something that's not quite as surprising,
you can watch paragliders land in Lauterbrunnen Valley. The Jungfrau Region is practically like the capital of adventure sports like paragliding. Airtime Paragliding offers 20-minute tandem rides from Mürren down to Lauterbrunnen Valley, so if you hang out at the Schilthorn cable car station, you can watch them trickle down from the sky. And before you even ask, no, we have not been paragliding yet, but yes, we want to go, and yes, we're planning to go soon. But if you'd rather keep your feet on the ground,
then visit some of Lauterbrunnen Valley's self-service farm fridges. There's a pedestrian path that runs past the Staubach Waterfall beside the river, and that's where you'll find a few of these. They sell things like Swiss cheese and sausage, of course, but also eggs, yogurt, butter, and syrup. The concept is pretty simple. The farmers are out working and can't run a farm shop, so they set up these self-service fridges based on the honor system. You simply take what you want and leave your money in the box. Or in this case, it's an actual vending machine. And the perfect spot to enjoy farm fresh food is
at this picnic spot with killer views. Pick a table and enjoy your little picnic. You might even get to see some cows nearby or watch the paragliders land too. But we are not done with farm food yet. Wash down your picnic with
fresh milk from a vending machine. The concept is pretty similar to the farm fridges, except it's literally filled with milk straight from the cows. Probably the cows right over there. Just pop in a few coins and fill up a cup or bottle with the milk. But we have two quick warnings. First, be aware that we think this might be unpasteurized, and even though we haven't personally had any problems, if you have a sensitive stomach, you might want to be cautious. And second, this stuff is so out of the world good that you'll probably never want to drink milk from the grocery store ever again.
I'm spoiled. I can never have milk from the grocery store again.
Just a reminder that you can find this milk vending machine and all of these spots on our free map. Well, we can't actually show you the next spot on our map because
it's more of a game. We like to play I Spy the Swiss Flag. It's soaring way up high in a small cave among the cliffs. Now, we won't give away where it is, but I'll give you two hints. First, you can see it from the village, and second, it's on the Wengen side of the valley. We also like to play I Spy a Waterfall because Lauterbrunnen is known as the Valley of 72 Waterfalls. However,
you won't be able to see Trommelbach Falls from the outside because it's actually inside the mountain. And even more impressive, it's 10 different glacial waterfalls that drain 20,000 liters of water per second from the Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. This is probably one of the most popular things to do in Lauterbrunnen, and it's perfect for a cloudy or rainy day because it's inside the mountain. You ride a lift through a tunnel to reach the falls and then get to explore the path on your own. And while it's not much, you get a 1 franc discount if you're an overnight guest in Lauterbrunnen or Wengen. Trommelbach is open from the beginning of April to the beginning of November, depending on the weather. But unfortunately, children under 4 and dogs are not allowed to enter due to safety reasons. Now, once you've visited Trommelbach and explored every aspect of this glacial valley,
see what's at the top of those cliffs by visiting Mürren and Gimmelwald. This video shows you everything you need to know about enjoying a perfect day in what might be our favorite corner of the Jungfrau region. So watch that next, and we'll see you in Switzerland.